In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Monday, August 12th. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our Monday, August 12th MLB bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShezD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 7.77 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. Guys, if you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That's going to help the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a broader audience. All right. Now, for the Patreon, everyone that has signed up, we had a pretty good day. I would love to, a pretty good day to me. All right. So these are the plays here, just so you see the breakdown of how we do things here when you sign up for that Patreon. We had Yankees money line, Rays money line, Twins did not come through, Nationals did not come through, but the real profitable part here is these underdogs. Absolutely killed it on the underdogs. Red Sox did not come through, but we got them with the Athletics, we got them with the Marlins, we got them with the Reds, we got them with the Rockies, we got them with the Tigers. And these aren't cheap. No, these are plus 200 type of underdogs here. Plus, mid-game, some of these teams were down big. Tigers were down. Marlins were down. A couple of these teams were down, and they came back and outright won. This was a very good, profitable day if you just attack the upsets, all right? So you can stay with my top bets. You can stay with my upsets as well, okay? But it was a very, very good day. Some of these tickets that I had, Tampa Bay Rays was one of my top plays, tier 1. I had that on a money line by itself because it was pretty much even money. Tigers, as you can see, I got them even. I should have got them before. They were plus 200 when they were down earlier. Some of the other plays, Jeff McNeil in the late game. All right, I had the Mets, but that didn't come through. Jeff McNeil did hit a home run though. That was very profitable. And then I gave out a community parlay here. One of the community parlays. The other two did not cash. This one did. The Yankees and the Reds for plus 248 there. That came through as well. So if you want to sign up for winning plays, go to that link provided down below and get signed up for this Patreon. And also down below will be the link for the BetStamp website to get more free plays there as well. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up in Great American Small Park here. We have the Cincinnati Reds 57-61 going against the St. Louis Cardinals 60-58. Looking at the current odds right now, Cardinals are road favorites minus 135 with the comeback of the Reds at a plus 110. Total runs set at 9. All right. For that public bet percentage, 77% of the bets, 96% of the money on the side of St. Louis. For the total runs, 94% of the bets, 90% of the money towards the over 9 total runs. All right. Sonny Gray, 11-6 with a 3.65 ERA, going up against Andrew Abbott, 9-9 with a 3.70 ERA. All right. Now, for Andrew Abbott, he has been one of the better pitchers here for the Cincinnati Reds. Has been pretty solid this year. Looking at that ERA. He does have a very good key rate to both lefties and righties, over 20%. His issue is he's giving up power to righties. A 1.95 home run per 9, a whip at 1.46, and he's giving up a 10% walk rate to righties as well. All right. Also, He has faced this team twice already. In those two games, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, and 6 walks. So that was very concerning there. And in the second game, he faced the Cardinals, 6 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, and 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So both games he has struggled, either giving up runs or just walking guys. And I told you about that walk percentage. So that's a major cause of concern here for the Cincinnati Reds. All right, Sonny Gray, he pitches much better at home. He has a 4.94 ERA on the road. Looking at his splits versus righties, a 2.54 home run per 9. But despite that power issue, he's throwing a K rate of 31% to righties. It just has to deal with that power issue. He's either striking out dudes or he might giving up an occasional home run, all right? Versus lefties, a much lower home run per 9 at 1.03. But the K rate, yet again, is at 30%. So very, very good strikeout numbers here. A 279 batting average, a 1.41 whip. All right, so lefties can hit him a little bit more, less power. Righties give up more power, but both sides, he is striking them out at a very high rate. So we're going to be going with the Cardinals here. I like Sonny Gray and what he's been able to do to strike out guys. He might give up a run here or there, but Andrew Abbott is very concerning looking at his numbers with the walk rate and the power issue. Cardinals on the money line and the over on the 9 total runs. In Tropicana Fields here, we have the Tampa Bay Rays 59 and 58 going against the Houston Astros 62 and 55. Looking at the current odds right now, we have the road favorites here in the Astros at a minus 115, with the comeback of the Rays at a minus 105. So a very close line here. Total runs set at 7.5. For that public bet percentage, 64% of the bets, but 97% of the money coming in on the Houston Astros here. Sharps are pounding the Astros on with the money percentage, okay? Total runs, 93% of the bets, 97% of the money on the over 7.5. All right, starting pitching matchup, Framber Valdez here, 11-5 with 3.46 ERA. Taj Bradley, 6-6 with a 3.07 ERA. All right, Framber Valdez is one of the aces for the Astros here, and he's been pretty lights out against righties. But he does have a little bit of an issue here versus lefties. He can get hit by them. A 1.00 home run per 9, a 290 batting average, a 1.33 whip. He's going to see at least 3 lefties here in this Tampa Bay lineup, okay? Taj Bradley has been absolutely elite at home with a 2.04 ERA. He's given up a low whip and average to both lefties and righties. And he's throwing a 30% K rate to both lefties and righties, okay? So this is his strong suit here. I think Taj Bradley is going to be able to corral this Astros offense. This is going to be a pitching duel, so I like the under on the 7.5. But I do think the way Taj Bradley has come on as of late, the last 5 starts, he has been absolutely phenomenal. I think it continues here at home against this Astros team. And with the Rays, this is their last, this little glimmer of hope here. Their last bright star in Taj Bradley finally coming into his own. So give me the Rays in a close game here. Give me them as home dogs on the money line, minus 105, and the under on the 7.5. In the Fenway Park here, Boston Red Sox 61 and 55 going up against Texas Rangers 55 and 63. Looking at the odds, minus 140 on the money line for the Red Sox with the comeback of the Rangers at a plus 115. Total runs set at 9.5. All right. Public bet percentage, 90% of the bets, 83% of the money towards these Red Sox here. For the total runs, 90% of the bets, 88% of the money towards the over 9.5. This starting pitching matchup here, Tyler Mahle, all right, 1.80 ERA, 0.1 record going against Brian Bello, 10-5 with a 5.16 ERA. All right, for the Red Sox and Brian Bello, he has struggled at home mightily with a 5.71 ERA. Looking at his splits versus lefties and righties. Versus lefties, a 1.69 home run per 9, a 265 batting average, a 1.39 whip. Versus righties, it's a 1.42 home run per 9, a much worse batting average at 327, a whip at 1.82, a BABIP over 400 at 417. So there's going to be a lot of cause of concern here, and that strong point here is against righties. That righties is a major issue. He's going to see 5 righties in this Rangers offense, okay? Talking about that high home run per 9, over 300 batting average, and the whip is almost at 2. All right, Tyler Mahle, on the other hand, is a pitcher here. He's a righty pitcher that struggles versus righties, okay? He only had 1 start so far this year. He looked okay in that one. But looking at his previous numbers, you had to look back at 2023 to get a little bit of a better idea of Tyler. 1.93 home run per 9 against righties, a 293 batting average, and a 1.50 whip. So nothing too crazy. It actually is a little bit concerning here. Almost a 300 batting average, and the home run per 9 is almost at 2. So I definitely love the over in this game. All right, over 9.5 is going to be the main play. All right, the question is which bats are going to hit the opposite team a little bit more. Both of these pitchers are concerning, okay, on both sides. So the main play, absolutely 100% over on the 95 or 9.5, all right? If I had to choose a team that's going to win this game, I'm going to go with the Red Sox, okay? I think Brian Bello can last a little bit longer. Tyler Mahle still in the phase of being stretched out, on top of the fact that he's going to be struggling in his first couple innings in this game, and they're going to be going into that bullpen. That's going to be a problem. All right, so Red Sox on the money line in the over 9.5. Main play over 9.5. In Target Field, you have the Minnesota Twins 65 and 52 going to be against the Kansas City Royals 65 and 53. Looking at the odds here, Twins on the money line minus 160 with the comeback of the Royals at a plus 135. Total runs set at 8. All right. Public bet percentage, 85% of the bets, 77% of the money towards these Twins here. For the total runs, 96% of the bets, 97% of the money towards the over 8. All right. Starting pitching matchup here, Brady Singer, 8-7 with a 3.03 ERA. Going up against Pablo Lopez, 10-8 with a 4.74 ERA. All right. Brady Singer has been pitching well at home and on the road. All right, 3.80 ERA on the road, but you got to dig a little bit deeper. He has a outstanding issue versus lefties. Okay, so versus lefties, a 2.84 home run per 9, a 393 batting average, a 2.33 whip, and a BABIP over 400 at 413. xFIP is at 5. All right, he's going to see 4 lefties here in this Minnesota Twins lineup. So that's going to be where they definitely can attack Brady Singer. Pablo Lopez. Majority of his numbers is coming from the beginning of the season. Pablo Lopez has pitched better right before the All-Star break and after, okay? Right now he has a 5.17 ERA at home. Looking at the numbers, a 1.24 home run per 9, a 281 batting average, and a 1.24 whip versus lefties. Versus righties is a little bit lower, 1.08 home run per 9, a 283 batting average, and a 1.32 whip. All right, but he does boast a very high strikeout rate to both lefties and righties, so he can get guys out. We already know that Pablo Lopez has the potential. All right, coming over from the Miami Marlins, that was his calling card. He was very good, and now he has struggled in his pretty much the first half in the AL. All right, so I do expect Pablo Lopez to turn it around. Brady Singer, I think this is another game here that can go towards that over on the 8 runs. All right, we got a low total here when we see around 7.5 and 8. But I definitely see some avenues here for offense. So give me the over on the 8 runs and give me the Minnesota Twins here at home. I'm going to be relying on Pablo Lopez here and staying away from Brady Singer and his lefty issue. At least Pablo Lopez has the strikeout stuff to get out of situations, okay? Twins on the money line and the over of 8. Next up in Milwaukee here at American Family Field, Brewers 67 and 50, LA Dodgers 69 and 49. This matchup here is split down the middle. Dodgers minus 110, Brewers minus 110 when you're looking at the odds. The total run set at 8, all right? For the public bet percentage here, 72% of the bets towards Milwaukee, but 66% of the money here on the LA Dodgers, all right? Sharps on the Dodgers. Total runs, 95% of the bets, 96% of the money towards the over 8 total runs in this starting pitching matchup here. Clayton Kershaw, 0-2 with a 4.38 ERA, going to be against Freddie Peralta, 7-6 with a 4.02 ERA. All right, now looking at this matchup here, Clayton Kershaw is coming back from injury. He hasn't been able to get up to 5 innings pitched in his first 3 starts. So, cause of concern there. He's still building up stamina, still trying to stretch out his stuff. He's going to be most likely on a pitch limit as well. And he has not looked too great in those first 3 starts. Okay, so that's going to be a cause of concern where the Brewers can definitely attack Clayton Kershaw and then get into that bullpen really, really early, okay? Freddie Peralta, on the other hand, has been okay at home with a 4.40 ERA. This is one of their aces here, all right? He does have a power issue to both lefties and righties, all right? Versus lefties, a 1.52 home run per 9 versus righties, a 1.71 home run per 9, all right? To lefties, he's giving up a whip at 1.48 and a 10% walk rate versus lefties. And he's been fine against righties other than that power, okay? In his previous start against the Dodgers, he only went 4 innings, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, and 3 walks. So this game here, I got question marks on both sides with the Brewers and Freddie Peralta facing the Dodgers, and with Clayton Kershaw. He's clearly not 100%. And he hasn't been stretched out at all, and they're going to be going into that bullpen very, very early. So give me the over on the total of 8 runs, okay? If I had to go with a winner, I would slightly lean towards the Brewers. Going to fade the sharps here. Give me the Brewers on the money line at home in this one. With Freddie Peralta, I think he can be able to get through and tough out these 5 innings. Hopefully, he can get it to 6 there and then go to the bullpen. But I'm going to believe in their ace, the Brewers' ace here, and Freddie Peralta to get through this outing here against the Dodgers, while the Dodgers are still trying to figure out Clayton Kershaw and other guys after him. All right, to stop this, a very good offensive team here in the Milwaukee Brewers. In Angel Stadium here, Toronto Blue Jays 54-64 going up against the LA Angels 52-66. Looking at the odds here, very similar situation. This one is split down the middle. Angels minus 110, Blue Jays minus 110. Total set at 9. All right, back-to-back games here. Very similar situation. Bad pitchers, and they made this line dead even. All right. For the public bet percentage, 77% of the bets on the side of the Angels, 44% of the money on the side. 56% of the money on the side of the Angels there. So you can see the sharps coming in on the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay. For the total runs, 82% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the over 9. All right. For the pitching matchup, Bowden Francis 4-3 with a 5.44 ERA. Davis Daniel 1-3 with a 6.04 ERA. All right. For this game here, Bowden, he's not going to be pitching for too long anyway. This is going to be a bullpen game here, but the Blue Jays bullpen is solid. Okay. Looking at Francis, he's another guy, a righty that can't pitch to righties. Versus righties is a 2.81 home run per 9, a 286 batting average, a 1.38 whip. Versus lefties, a 2.08 home run per 9, a 1.46 whip, and the xFIP is at 5.65. So Angels are in a good spot as long as Bowden Francis is out there, and Davis Daniel isn't much better at all. Okay, he's very Jekyll and Hyde. He does have some games here where he can shut a team out, but majority of his outings, he is an absolute gas can. Versus righties, a 1.74 home run per 9, a 354 batting average, a 1.84 whip, and the BABIP is over 400 at 417. He's going to see 5 righties here in the Toronto Blue Jays batting lineup, okay? So, for this one, love the over. Again, another game with 2 bad pitchers. Give me the over on the total of 9. If I had to choose a team here, I'm going to go with the sharps here with the Blue Jays on this one. I'm going to be relying on their little bit of a hot streak that they got going on right now. And the Angels' bats are much poorer in this situation. in Chase Field here, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks going up against the Colorado Rockies here. Diamondbacks 66-53. Rockies 44-75. We do not have a line on this one as of yet. No line and no over under. So I'm gonna give you what I expect that this line and over under should be at. Now, Arizona at home versus the lowly Rockies team. This is probably going to be around minus 200 plus. All right, so minus 200 for the Arizona Diamondbacks with the comeback of the Rockies, probably around that plus 185 range. All right. For the over-under in this one with Cal Quantrill on the mound, I'm going to set the over-under to 9, okay? It should be around there. Looking at Cal Quantrill, 7-8 with a 4.56 ERA, a 1.41 WHIP. Brandon Paft, 6-6 with a 3.92 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP. All right. Brandon Paft has pitched better at home here in Arizona, a 3.52 home ERA. So very strong here at home. A low whip and average to righties. But he is giving up a little bit of power to righties at a 1.32 home run per 9. Versus lefties, he's giving up a 299 batting average and a 1.32 whip. All right, so lefties hit him a little bit better here. For Cal Quantrill, he has been absolutely horrible on the road. Somehow he pitches better in Coors Field, but on the road, different story. A 5.10 ERA on the road. And righties have absolutely destroyed him, okay? A 2.25 home run per 9, a 302 batting average, a 1.50 whip, and the xFIP is at 5.11. I'm going to be all over the Diamondbacks here at home, going up against Quantrill and this lowly Rockies team that struggles on the road, all right? Look at their record on the road, 17-43, okay? So give me the Diamondbacks on the money line, Diamondbacks minus 1.5, and give me the over on the total, whatever the total is. I expect it to be at 9. Last but not least here, we have the San Diego Padres in Petco Park, 66-53 going against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 56-61. Similar situation, no line, no total as of right now. Between these two teams, I'm going to say that the Padres will be favored here, minus 175 on that money line, with the comeback of the Pittsburgh Pirates at a plus 150. It should be around that range here between these two teams. Pitching matchup here, Marco Gonzalez, 1-1 with a 4.54 ERA. And a 1.60 whip. Going up against Joe Musgrove here, 3-4 with a 5.66 ERA and a 1.48 whip. All right. Musgrove here is going to be coming back from his injury from in May, late May. Before he was injured, he was pitching a little bit better. But looking at his numbers, he has a lot of problems. Okay. As you can see, that ERA was concerning at a 5.66, and the whip is almost at 1.5. He has a home run issue to both lefties and righties. Versus lefties, it's a 1.84 home run per 9. Versus righties, it's a 2.35 home run per 9. Looking at his average, he's giving up a high average as well, around the 290 range to both lefties and righties. All right, and this is going to be his first start back. That's not going to bode well here. Marco Gonzalez is in a bad spot as well. He is not a good left-handed pitcher here. And the Padres just faced him and absolutely tattooed him, all right? 4 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Versus righties, he's given up a 341 batting average, a 1.58 whip, and the xFIP is at 5. All right. So yet again, whatever the total is going to be, I think that total is going to be around the. This one should be 9.5 between these two bad pitchers here. Give me the over on the total of this game. Marco Gonzalez is not good. Joe Musgrove isn't good, and is coming back in his first start. He's not going to be going too far, and they're going to be going into that bullpen. That does not bode well here. I actually think that the Pirates have an opportunity to get a win here. All right, so give me the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line here to bounce back from the struggles that they had in the LA in that series against the Dodgers. Okay, I don't expect them to get swept there and then go into this next series. I think they're going to fight and fight hard here. Give me the Pirates as underdogs on the money line and the over on the total of 9.5. That's what I expect it to be. All right. So those are going to be our selections for the Monday slate. Remember, down below will be access to that Patreon. So click down below to that link so you can get into these daily bets, the future bets, and access to the group chat that is going off 24/7. Also in that description down below will be the article for BetStamp, so you can go and have access more free picks in that link provided down below for BetStamp. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back with another video very soon. All right. Peace out.